morning. It's Saturday Saturday. I can't remember. I don't know where I'm looking anymore, dear. I don't know where I am, what I'm doing, or what I'm looking at. It's Saturday the 11th of August 2018. A warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Royal Berkshire. I'm pleased to say I've remembered the little text-in phone this morning, boys and girls. So if you want to text in, the number's up there, 07551 259 675. That's really for the people who can't use a computer for whatever reason. Yeah, maybe you haven't got one, you're watching on a telly or something like that, or any other method. Okay, 07551 259 675, and that number is now locked into my memory, boys and girls. I have now at last remembered it. I was doing a music and chat show a couple of weeks ago, and every time I went to say the number, I couldn't remember the damn number. Never mind. Here we are again, back in Royal Berkshire, boys and girls. Yesterday, while I was up in the caravan, I thought I'd go to ASDA. Yesterday, now I'm not a regular shopper for ASDA, but I do quite like it there. It's so much cheaper in there, isn't it? My God, at the moment, those of you that are vegetarians, we don't eat any dead animals here, dear. Those of you that are vegetarians may like to know that the Quorn steaks are on a rollback. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it is either. Now, does that mean they remain permanently at that price? I don't know. Now, Quorn steaks, I eat quite a lot of those. I eat a lot of Quorn products. Okay? Now, the Quorn steaks in Waitrose are £3.20 for two, which I think is outrageous. I think that's a lot of money to pay for those. Remember, they're not dead animals. They're just grown mushrooms, mixed up a bit with something else on there. That's all they are. They're not dead animals. So £3.20. And I wrote to Waitrose some time back about what they were charging for these, because I knew they were cheaper in other places. Okay, in Morrison's, they're £2.50. Okay, £2.50 to £3.20. Now, that's a serious jump. In Sainsbury's, they're £2.70. In ASDA, rollback, get this, how much do you think? Go on, have a guess. Have a wild stab. This jacket's a bit tight today. Have a wild stab in the dark. How much do you think the Quorn steaks are, peppered steaks are, at the moment on a rollback in ASDA? Any idea? £2. What a bargain, love. What a bargain. So every time you buy two of those, if you buy two of those, that's the same, almost three of those, that's almost the same price. Two of those. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? I don't know. Oh, my math. I got unclassified for maths. I'm not very good at maths. Buy two of those, £4. If you was to buy two of those in Waitrose, it would be like £6.40. So very good. Unfortunately, the really cheap supermarkets don't seem to sell those. Aldi, I've never seen them in Aldi and Lidl. Although Aldi and Lidl, they do the big bags, or Aldi does the big bags of Quorn cubes for £1, I think, 49. And again, in ASDA yesterday, they were doing 4 bags of those for £6. You can pay £2 for those in Waitrose and Sainsbury's. So very, very good in there. Even the blueberries, they were like £1.70 for 200 grams. I had stacks of these things there. Absolutely stacks of them. Always check blueberries. If you're in Aldi, they don't always put them in the cool thing. So be careful of that, because I've found the Aldi blueberries, although the cheapest out of all of them, often go mouldy very quickly. So there we are, the caring, sharing eye of Chris Reardon on United Kingdom Talk for you there, boys and girls. All right. So that was it. That was my little trip to Asda. I don't have much time on a Friday, so I went back to my caravan at Chapel Hill, done some dinner, went to bed, left at 4 o'clock. I tapped in the sat-nav. I always use the sat-nav because you don't know if there's traffic somewhere. That does. And as I say, left at 4 o'clock. The sat-nav was telling me I was going to get there at 7 o'clock, which is far too early. That's like 30 minutes early, maybe 40 minutes too early for me. So I took it slowly, you know, with the knowledge that if anything happens on the way, I've got 40 minutes to play with. I can't bear being late. You know me, dear. I can't be late, and I slowed down, and I continued to be slowed down for the entire journey, thus arriving at my place of employment, Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, for the Friday night big karaoke night, which started, as always, gang, on sometimes a little bit later on the video, but in the venue, we always start bang on time, 8:30, and the singing commenced. Oh, and what was the first song last night? I think it was DJ Chris. DJ Chris was, we did Sometimes When We Touch. And who am I to judge you on what you say or do? And sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much. I'd like to come down and touch each and every one of you today. I really would. Who wants to be touched? Hands up. You want to be touched this morning, don't you? Eh? You want to, I can tell. I can tell that little look in your eyes is telling me that you want to be touched this morning. I'm sure that is the case. So, work, great night last night. Very nice night as well. Nice to see Maureen down there again on a Friday night. Maureen started coming on Friday nights. She looked like she was having a date. She wasn't sitting at her usual table last night, which was confusing me. There was an alien sitting at their usual table where the normal karaoke crowd sits. Her and DJ Chris and Paul Dow all sitting on that corner table by the fire, which wasn't on, fortunately. It's nice that it's cooled down a bit, isn't it? Be honest. It is nice that it's cooled down. Really nice. So that was the karaoke. No Claire last night. Claire usually comes on a Friday. Perhaps he's on holiday or something somewhere. I did get quite tired last night because you've got to remember, before I start work on a Friday now, I've been driving like for 3.5 hours. It's 3.5 hours because I slowed down. It could be 3 hours. But if I do it in 3 hours, then I risk getting stuck somewhere and being late. And I can't have that. I can't be late. So towards the end of the night, I got quite tired. I must admit, I was tired on the way home. Got back here, had a little something to eat, some Quorn steaks, funnily enough. And no, Quorn burgers I had last night, baked beans and smash potato. Oh, mash, get smash, you know, that one. Yeah, it's easy to do, and it tastes lovely, doesn't it? Then I went to bed and I got up this morning around about 9 o'clock. I noticed myself getting up late on a Saturday and indeed a Monday after I've done those 2 long nighttime sort of late afternoon trips. So that's probably just how it is, and I'm not too worried about that. Got up this morning. I weighed myself. The weight's out of control a little bit at the moment. Yes, I weighed myself. It said 12 stone, 4.6. I should really allow myself only to go up to about 12 stone 3. My target is 12 stone. So that's running away a little bit out of control at the moment. But the good news is my very good friend Adam the plumber is coming down this week to install a bathroom in one of the flats that I've got there. It's just awful, the bathroom, before the new tenants move in, which is next Friday, I think. So he's only got 4 days to do that. So he'll be working like a Trojan, poor thing. And while he's here, I said, well, don't worry about your dinners. I'll be doing them here. Now, Adam also is a Slimming World member. So I think that with the two of us together, I hopefully lose at least 2 pounds this week, because I'm really not happy about that at all. And that the problem of that is going up there and kind of doing everything everyone else does, eating ice creams, bread rolls, this, that, and the other. And I'm finding that very difficult. Very, very difficult indeed. It's all right when you're on your own. It's not so hard when you're on your own. But when you've got little children around you, do you want an ice cream? Oh, I might as well have one as well. You know, it's a bit like that. I've got to try and be strong. I've got to be strong, boys and girls, and say, no, I do not want them. Even if you upset someone who's bought you one. There you go, Chris. No, I can't have that. I'm finding that incredibly difficult around other people. Because I'm not really used to being around lots of other people all the time. And when they're like having chips and that, I can't, I'll just have that piece of lettuce. Do you know what I mean? It's okay, I've bought a banana with me. They're sitting there eating fish and chips. You're eating a banana, looking at the fish and chips, wanting the fish and chips, aren't you? We must be strong, boys and girls. We must. So that was my day. I've already paid my agent 50 quid this week. And I've paid my car tax. Here, what do you think my car tax is? Huh? I got a hybrid car, yes. And but I bought it before the new car tax rules came in. What do you think it is? I've got Toyota RAV4. Go on, 20 quid. 20 quid for the year. Thank you very much. I think it's about 150 now. I suppose over the year that's not an awful lot of money, but 20 quid. Thank you very much for my car tax. Oh yes. And that's my day. Now, I can't be here too late today because I've got to meet up with my mate. We're going into town. I've got to get a little little trimmer thing for the new look. For the new look, I need a trimmer. It's already a little bit long now, and it has to be trimmed, but I don't know how to do it. Now, he's had this for ages now. I've never had one of these. Never had one of these. Interestingly enough, as I said on the previous shows, the young people tend to like this. Anyone below the age of, shall we say, 40 likes this. Anyone over 40 generally doesn't. And at the moment, like 3/4 of the people I ask say, yeah, that's really nice. Some people really like it. A couple of people absolutely hate it. My sister absolutely hates it. The owner of Central Station, he's in his 70s, he absolutely hates it. Okay? I think Paul Dow, he's over 50, he absolutely hates it. But anyone sort of younger, they love it. They absolutely... Isn't that strange and mysterious? And it's a very interesting fact. That's what it is, an interesting fact. So there we are. So I'm going to find a little shaver type thing today. I think that's all we're doing. There was something else, was there? Oh, yeah, I've got to pick up the keys to the flat and get some photos of the bathroom to send over to Adam the plumber. Those keys are available now, I think. So we get the shaver thing and then go straight over to the estate agent, pick up the keys to my flat. So that's my day. I paid my card tax. Right, let's read some of your messages. 1 moment, please. A very good morning to Maureen over on the text messaging system. Good morning, Maureen. And hello... someone says they're watching their show for the first time. I hope you enjoy it. Yes, welcome along to the show. If you're going to text on the mobile phone and you've never texted before on the mobile phone, please, if you could just put your name and where you are, then I know who I'm talking to. Otherwise, it just comes up like your messages. Thank you very much for your message, but I don't know who you are or where you are. So feel free to put that as well. And then what I do is put that into that little system, and then I'll always know it's you texting, okay? Just a reminder, gang, that is a texting number only. You can't ring on it, I'm afraid, okay? You can't ring on it. And if you text outside show times, it's not on either, although the text will appear the next time it goes on. All right? Okie doke. Let's say hello to some people. Evan on Facebook Live says, good morning, Chris. Good morning, Evan. You get the first message of the day in this morning, Evan. Evan is a scientist type person. He's down in Quorn. He's got an observatory. You must be very excited about the sun, the probe about to be launched to the sun. Have you seen that in the news at the moment? Yes, the countdown has begun. In today's Daily Mail, in the early hours of Saturday morning, I think it's been delayed, actually. I was watching the news this morning, and it's been delayed. But nevertheless, the story says, in the early hours of Saturday morning, NASA will send a spacecraft on a mission to fly where no probe has ever gone before. Have you been probed recently? I live in the hope that it will happen again at some point. No probe has ever gone before into the sun's scorching outer atmosphere. You thought it was hot here last week. You want to take a trip to the sun, my friends. I wonder if I'll ever be able to do that. Get in a spaceship. I have no doubt in my mind that we will be able to go, to the moon and places like that. Will we ever be able to do things like fly near the sun? Wow. What, you'd need some S-Factor sun cream on to go around there, wouldn't you? Huh? The $1.5 billion worth every penny, if you ask me. Oh, what about the people here? Why can't we build more hospitals with that money? Oh, shut up. Science is very, very important, dear. The £1.5 billion probe will blast off atop one of the most powerful rockets in the world. I wonder what it's like to sit on top of that. Some people would like that. Eventually hitting record-breaking speeds of 430 miles per hour, which is nothing in comparison to some of the lads that go up and down the M4 at night time. I'm telling you that now. As it completes 24 orbits over the sun over the course of 7 years. During this time, the craft will swing around Venus several times. using the planet's gravity to push it closer and closer to our star with each pass. This is in the Daily Mail this morning. Eventually, the Parker probe will get within 3.8 million miles of the sun's surface. Is that close? I suppose that's close, is it, in comparison to space distances? It will be subjected to temperatures of roughly 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit when it comes closer to the sun than any other spacecraft in history. Wow. I mean, that's just unbelievable, isn't it? As I say, that's happening. Obviously, studying something to do with the sun, I suppose. But that's supposed to have happened by now. But I think it was delayed earlier on. I don't know why it delays. All sorts of things delay. They can only send it up within a window of time, though, can't they? I don't know why that is. When I watched the news this morning, they said, well, they've got another 20 minutes to try and get it up here. If they can't get it up in 20 minutes, they have to wait until later that day. It's something to be, you can only send things up at a certain time. I don't know why that is. Maybe there's satellites in the way, you know, all the satellites flying over and things like that. Maybe they have to time it so they can get through the gap in all the millions of satellites, thousands of satellites that are up there at the weekend, aren't they? Quite possibly. Let's have a look here. Did I say good morning to Diane Jeb? Good morning, Diane. Evan. There's Evan's still there. Perseids meteor shower peaking tomorrow night. Through the wee small hours, you'll see them between 80 and 100 an hour with the naked eye. So there you go. Go and look at the meteors tomorrow night, okay? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? See all those little stars coming down. Do be careful. If you're looking up and you see the meteors coming down, oh, that looks nice. And if you see one suddenly getting brighter and brighter, then it's probably coming straight towards you. Get out of the way, dear. You know, we don't want, please don't ring into the show. Don't ring into the next show and say, oh, I've got a hole in my head because you told me to look up at the meteors. No, get out of the bloody way, for Christ's sake. Don't be mad like that. Oh, there we are. Mark is 13 from London and likes the real look. Thank you, Mark. You like that? I see all young people like it. Even my great nieces and great nephews. They're like 5 years old. They love it. My sister hates it, but then she's old. Very, very old. My sister is an old person. She is. Morning, Johnny Key. Hello, Johnny. Hello to Amanda Bassett. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Amanda. Amanda Bassett, £1.20. Yes, £1.20, dear. That's what they were, £1.20. It's not bad, is it? Andrew Charles, is that facial hair or did you just eat a cat? That is not nice, Andrew. I don't eat dead animals. Do I look like a cat? Come and stroke me, Andrew. I know you want to stroke me. Oh dear. I did buy in bulk, Evan. I bought in bulk. I think I bought 10 Quorn steaks and they're in the freezer down at the caravan. Hello to Partha. Welcome to the show, Partha. Mark Hobbs. Good morning to you, sir. Ray Reynolds is there. Hello, Ray Reynolds International. There we are. The launch has now been delayed by 24 hours. Surface temperature of the sun is 5,500 degrees centigrade. Core temperature, 15 million degrees centigrade. Well, you should have told me that. I would have gone on there. That'd be ever so quick to boil a cup of water for the tea, wouldn't it? You know, some of these kettles are very, very slow. Evan, the distance from the sun to Earth is 93 million miles or 150 millimetres. It's a lot of numbers in there, Evan. A lot of numbers, dear. Adrian, good morning, Adrian Richardson. Evan says, reason they have to wait when you have that window, because Evan's a scientist, the reason they have to wait, you know, they say, oh, we got to launch in 20 minutes, otherwise we have to wait until, and then they give another time. The reason for that is the Earth's rotation not being in the right place. Many calculations to make sure it has the fuel to get there. Oh, yeah, I suppose they'd run out of petrol. They can't exactly fill up on the way there, can they? Huh? All right, Mark. Welcome to the show, Mark. Over on YouTube, good morning to Joanna. Good morning, Joanna. John Parrish is there. Good morning. Welcome. Have a happy weekend to you as well. Let's just go through these for you. Oh, I've mucked up here somewhere. Let's have a look. How much was this jacket? £79 actually. Moss Bros. It's a bit tight at the moment. My Slimming World thing is a little bit out of control. I'm a little bit out of control with the Slimming World at the moment. I weighed myself. It said 12 stone 4.6 this morning. So if that gets out of control, I'll go into depression. You won't notice it, but I will on my own. So I've got to keep a tight eye on that. And I said to my sister, if I find the weight's getting out of control while I'm coming up here, I will have to stop until it's back under control again. I can't have that get out of control. I haven't spent a year on bloody Slimming World, to allow it to get out of control again. It's quite difficult. It's difficult when you've got other people around you. It really is. Just one of those things. Joa says she got molested. Are you a boy or a girl? I don't know. But the message is, I got molested by an octopus. Oh, how wonderful. That's blooming wonderful. Send one over here. I haven't tried an octopus before. Oh dear. Good morning to Ben Bending Rodriguez. Thank you very much. He's in Pennsylvania. What's the Fahrenheit? Well, you're the same as me. I'm Fahrenheit. On the sun, Evan was saying, I don't know, he does centigrade, you see, that's the trouble. I must admit, Ben, I'm Fahrenheit as well. When I was at school, we kind of learnt half metric and half imperial, so I'm kind of in the middle there. I don't know what that converts to Fahrenheit. You'll have to find a little converter on the Google there. But when I talk about temperatures, generally I'm in Fahrenheit as well. For example, if I told you last week in my caravan up north, it was nearly 100 Fahrenheit. That's absolutely true. That is in the living room, not in where I had a cool air thing as well, so that's all right. Ben says a little stubble looks good. Yeah, that's all I want. I don't like beards. John says, lucky you're not as heavy as Tracy. I hope you're not speaking about my niece. She's not heavy. She's as light as a feather. I hope you're not speaking about my niece. You don't mean my sister, do you, Sharon? Which one do you mean? Please correct yourself immediately. Johnny Key, the real reason they have to delay the spaceflight is that they have to go at night to avoid the rocket getting burnt up. Yeah, that's a very good point, Johnny. See, Evan, you didn't mention that, did you, Evan? You didn't mention that, Evan. That can't go up during the daytime. It'll get burnt. Got to wait for the sun to go down. Then it can go and visit the sun when they've turned it down a bit, whoever runs the sun. Huh? Now, here's an example of animal cruelty. What are you saying about Sharon? Oh, my God, don't let her know that you said that. You better not hope her husband's watching this. He'll have you for that. Saying my sister's big. She's as thin as a rake, dear. Thin as a rake, my sister. God's sake, man. Naughty job. Now, look at this. Look at this. An example of animal cruelty. I know we don't usually like to do this thing on the show, but here we go. In this morning's Super Soarer Way, Daily Mirror, swinging to the left. Yeah, let's take a left turn here, gang. Laura Thompson, 22, was shocked to be told by the council that they would not deal with rats. A rat in her property for 7 days. Oh, Ben's got to have a cigarette. Go on, have a cigarette, Ben. Have a cigarette. A woman who found a rat scurrying around her bath was horrified. Shall I do a horrified look for you? She was horrified to hear that she would have to wait a week before the pest control would remove it. Laura Thompson from Liverpool, and there's a picture of her there. Let's have a look. Laura, I can't show you the picture, unfortunately. Laura Thompson, oh my God. Looking at her, I tell you what, the rat would be scared at her. The rat would look at her and be terrified that she'd gonna eat it. She's one of those big people. Well, I'll be like that if I'm not careful. Jacket's tight this morning. I'm not happy. They wouldn't move the rat. She was woken up at 1:30 in the morning by a strange noise coming from the bathroom. It was then that she was met with a realisation that she had a wild animal running around the bath. She told the Liverpool Echo, my friend came round to help me. What, you trying to catch it so you can eat it, you fat cow? I bet you were. My friend came round to help me. She tried to get it out of the bath, but she doesn't want to touch it. That it's disease. It could carry disease. I went in this morning to see if it was gone, but it was still there, alive and moving around. Poor little rat. Oh my God, there's a picture of her there. And she's standing next to the rat. Because it was in the bath. Well, I'm looking at her. How can you get in that bath, love? Blimey. She can't possibly be able to get in that bath. Just weeks. And you always get these stories. You get a picture of the sad woman there. Like that. They put that face on, don't they? They do it in the newspaper around here in the Bracknell News. They have pictures of people. Oh, my cat has been stuck. And then you get the picture of the whole family looking. Oh, can you look glum, please? No, you're not. That's good. And they tell them to look glum. I find it very difficult to look glum. Look glum. Even when people send me dodgy messages, I find it very difficult to look glum. After making the set, just weeks before she had woken up to find a dead rat lying outside her bedroom door. After making the second grim discovery, she called her local council but was told that the waiting would be a week before workers could come out. So there we are, an example there, boys and girls, of animal cruelty. Why would you want to make a rat homeless? I think it's very cruel. I think it's very cruel that she would want to basically exterminate one of God's little creatures, boys and girls. One of God's creatures. That rat must have been terrified when it saw your fat face peering over the bath here. That's why it was running, love. It thought you were going to eat it and its family in the same meal. Oh, she don't go to Slimmer's World, I'm telling you that now. God, blimey. I must be very careful I don't end up like that. John Parrish says, is it Roland Rat? Quite possibly, John. I thought he was dead. TVAM. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So much better Roland Rat than that ghastly Piers Morgan on there, isn't he? Isn't he horrible? What a miserable git that is. Oh, he's just... Oh, the little pig... He's got little piggy eyes, hasn't he? Little piggy eyes like that. Hello, my name's Piers Morgan and I hate everyone. That's true. Roland Rat. Ben says, I don't know how you only have 600. Oh, don't worry about numbers, Ben. Ben, don't be led by numbers. I've learned that over the years. Do not worry about numbers. If there's one person watching this show, which is usually the case, to be honest, then it's worth doing. I do upset people a lot, Ben. I'll tell you that now. I must warn you. Sometimes I say things. I think, oh, that's really nasty. Yeah, you see, the thing is, Ben, people have always said what they think, I think. But and if you didn't like them, they would just switch off. Now they find the need to comment all the time. Do you know what I mean? When you say something, oh, that's really offensive. Well, if I saw something offensive, I'd just turn it off. Like the television or something like that. No, they now write to the newspapers and everything, don't they? Oh, poor little snowflake, I've hurt your feelings. Have you heard what was said to me over the years? God's sake, man. Just turn it off. Not you. I just tell people to turn it off now. Don't like it? Turn it off. Not interested. Not interested in your comments. That's it. And that's how you deal with people now, Ben. Okay? Because no one listens anymore. Ben says, we hate Piers Morgan here in Pennsylvania too. Yeah, he's just horrible. He's horrible. I don't know what... Well, he's on the telly because I suppose it brings in audience. But he's on breakfast television over here. I don't watch him. But I've clicked over a couple of times and he has a co-host, Susanna Reid. And sometimes she sits there and you can see that she's wanting to say something and she can't get a bloody word in edgeways. And the crap that comes out of it, it's horrible to people as well. We've got a newsreader like that over here as well. Someone called Kay Burley. She's just so insensitive, it's unbelievable. Her eyes are like ice. It's like she's got no heart. No, not no heart. It's like she doesn't have a soul. Do you understand what I mean? She doesn't have a soul. I've said before, I wouldn't want to offend anyone at all. What I do is comedy and humour. And I do say, if you don't get the comedy and the humour, then fine. That's your problem and not mine. And that's how I am now. I never used to be like that. I got that over the last couple of years, really. Because you just can't worry about people who's worrying all the time and all that business. Let's just go up here. Thank you. Evan says, Evan's converted for you. So 5,500 centigrade is 9,932 Fahrenheit. All right. I think with the temperature thing, in my head, for whatever reason, if it's hot, I talk in Fahrenheit because I get 80 Fahrenheit. I get 90 Fahrenheit. I know that's hot, right? When it's cold, I get that 0 centigrade is very cold. 5 centigrade, 9 centigrade is a bit chilly. But for some reason in my head, I can't work out what like 25 centigrade is. Now that to me doesn't sound that hot, but I think that's around the 80 mark. I'm not quite sure on that. So there we are. Have you lit your cigarette up yet, Ben? Carry on smoking. Oh yes. All right, another couple of stories. I can't be here too long today because I say, what's the time now? Oh yes, we'll just do one more story and then I'll have to go because my friend's coming over. Now, again, in the Daily Mirror this morning. Oh, no, there was another story I wanted to do. Now, I'm not a big fan of the EU. I'm not. I'm a Brexiteer. I voted to come out of Europe. And the reason I voted to come out of Europe because I didn't want to be ruled by another country. I don't see why people should fight in 2 world wars for us to be ruled by the very country that we're having a war with. That's just madness. That doesn't mean to say I hate Germans, because I don't. I don't hate anyone. I didn't want to be ruled by another country. Okay, so I'm not a fan of the EU. I don't like that. I don't like that setup. I really don't, and it costs an absolute fortune. And the money that's poured into that EU is unbelievable. It really is. Now, however, in this case, I'm on their side. In the Daily Mail this morning, whose idea was this? Is the headline. First, the EU controversy banned our incandescent light bulbs and encouraged us to buy halogen bulbs. Now they're banning halogen bulbs. Did you know this? And doubling the cost of lighting a home. The European Union-driven ban on halogen bulbs will come into effect at the end of the month. Householders will have to buy more expensive LED lights under measures designed to cut energy use. The LED bulbs are at least twice as expensive as halogen lights, but advocates argue that they are better value because the LED versions use a fraction of the electricity and have a much longer lifespan, potentially 15 years. So, in this case, I'm on the side of the EU. The Mail is having a go at the EU because they hate the EU anyway, as I do. But this particular idea, I go along with that. Right? If you change all your bulbs in your house, I don't know what you've got at the moment, to LED lights, you will save money. End of. I bought LED bulbs when they first came out. They were £10 each. They absolutely were £10 each. And some of those are they're all still working here. The only non-LED bulbs I've got in the house are 2 very large fluorescent twirly things that I've got in here. I don't think I've got one up there to show you anywhere. No, I've got 2 twirly things in here lighting the studio. They're the only non-LED bulbs I've got in the house. But you will save money if you change. And the halogen ones, that was kind of like the one in between as well. They don't use as much as an incandescent bulb, but they do use a lot more than an LED bulb. So the EU here is like a 2-pronged thing here. They're trying to stop us using so much energy, which is very sensible. You know, we haven't got limitless energy on this planet, not yet anyway. And they're also saving you money. If you change all your bulbs to LEDs, you will save money. So in this case, I'm on the side of the EU and, ban the halogen bulbs and ban the incandescent ones. Also, with the LED ones, you can get slightly different colours of white. You can get a white, which is what is lighting this studio. And you can get a warm light, which is kind of a more in being with the old type of lamps that you had. If I speak rightly here, I don't know, but the halogen lamps, you've just got white and that's it. With the LED ones, you've got cool white, which is the ones I like. They're the very light ones, and there's warm white, which is kind of slightly yellowy, very, very, very slightly yellowy. Not as yellow as this T-shirt, which is incidentally a lovely colour. I love this shirt. All right, so very good. Change all your bulbs to LEDs there. Let's have a look here. Lots of people doing the... is it 5:40 a.m. in Pennsylvania? I'm a breakfast show over there, aren't I? Thank you. Johnny Key says 25 centigrade is exactly 77 Fahrenheit. Thank you, Johnny Key. Raymond says double it and add 30. Yeah, generally that's what I do, but it doesn't give you the exact number, but it's approximate, isn't it? Johnny Key, more precisely, divide by 5, multiply by 9, and then add 32. Well, who can do that in their heads, Johnny Key? Not me, dear. Unclassified for maths, remember that? No, what did I get for maths? Grade 5. Grade 5 for maths I got. That was a long time ago now. Morning to Raymond Pearson, morning. Ben says LEDs are best. Not true, they die too. I haven't had an LED bulb die on me yet. I haven't had one die on me yet, so I don't know how long they last. Twirly things. I can't show you my twirly. Well, I can, I suppose. I'll have to take one. Oh, it might blow the bulb if I move it, mightn't it? No, I can't. They're very big. Okay. They're very big. They're like that. Okay, there's like... Oh, I can't even look. It's so bright. 1, 2... There's about 6 twirls. They're like that size, and there's 6 twirls. I haven't got a spare one here to show you. I can't take one out while it's on because it might blow the bulb. Twirly things. Twirly things lighting up the shoot. Oh, Ben says his LEDs are burnt out in less than 2 years. You probably got cheap ones, Ben, knowing you. Are you cheapskate? Are you buying cheap light bulbs? Don't buy cheap electrical products, ever. Very bad. Spend the money, dear. Get a Philips one or a GWC or whatever it's called now. Do I get paid by an LED light company? No. But if they want to pay me, I'll be happy to receive the money. Thank you very much. All right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Saturday, the 11th of August 2018. Just one birthday today, from what I can see. Stephanie Diane Starlett. What a lovely name. Stephanie Diane Starlett. Happy birthday to you, all right? Happy birthday to you, my darling. Okay. Someone sent me a message there. Let's have a look there. Good. Right, let's sing the happy birthday. I'm a little bit all over the place today. Have you noticed? Let's sing the happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Stephanie. Happy birthday to you. We always do birthdays at the end of the show there. Raymond says, do you have to dispose of LED bulbs differently to normal bulbs? Do you know, I don't know. I don't know. Ronnie, if you're with us, I don't know if you're with us at the moment, Ronnie, but if you are, come over now and we'll have a cup of tea then. Oh, we can't come out today. Okay, just a minute. We'll have a cup of tea. Sorry, my mate's coming around. We're supposed to be going out to the shops, but I think he's got to go. He's got hospital appointments. He's got a lot of trouble with his chest at the moment. They've referred him to the Royal Brompton Hospital, which is like a lung chest specialist type place there. Good. Okay, doke, boys and girls. I'll wrap up there. Thanks ever so much for joining us. I've got to go now because I had to be ready for 11 o'clock to see my mate. Now, usually we're here on a Sunday morning. I'm not sure about tomorrow. Because I've got a plumber. My friend Adam the plumber is coming around tomorrow to start installing a new bathroom in one of the properties that I own. Because it's a really skanky old bathroom. So I might have to do that tomorrow morning. So we might not be here tomorrow morning. Always a good idea. I never scheduled a show. I've got some new people here today, so good morning to you. I never scheduled a show. Generally, it's around sort of 9:30 in the morning, but it could happen at any time of the day. So what you want to do is click the notifications thing And whenever there's a show, you'll get a little bleep on your phone or something like that, and they'll tell you something's about to start. There's a if you're new to the show, you might not have seen the 5-minute countdown. There's like a 5-minute countdown we play out before the show, allowing people to join before it actually starts. All right, this is all pretty flowers and things like that, which I think you'll find that nice and pretty. Finally, Ben wants to know, do we have tea breaks over here? Yes, we do. We do have tea breaks over here. Not me. I'm a karaoke host, so I don't get to have a tea break. Once I start, that's it until I finish. So no karaoke for me, I'm afraid. No tea breaks for me. But I will be having a cup of tea with my friend very shortly, who's about to arrive. Thanks very much, gang, for joining us today. It's Saturday night tonight. Whatever you're doing, have a wonderful time, and I'll see you on the next show. Have a nice day. Bye-bye now.